Hi everybody, and let me introduce myself. I'm YePapote Global, a French woman, and I would like to discuss with you regarding one topic today, the organization of some match, and for example, France-Croatie, a match which happened yesterday evening, and we could see that in France, every people are really excited with the organization of the match. But in the subject of this topic, I really would like to discuss about one risk relating the organization of the match. It's relating the owner and the maybe risk of fraud, corruption behind, relating the veracity of a match and the owner of the winner. I ask myself numerous questions, and in France right now, we've got sometimes a loss of confidence, of trust, and we have increased the untrust and confidence. Then I would like to reflect on one system that enables us to be sure that there is any discussion possible relating the victory of a team. For example, France-Croatie. Why I explain that? Because we never know. There is sometimes maybe some geopolitics interest or political interest or lobbying interest with some industrial, with some country maybe. Then there is numerous risk and numerous lobbying maybe that could impact the real result of a match. And in the background, I ask myself, okay, the France have got the honor regarding the Croatia. Have they really win the match? And okay, I have reflected myself how to find some solution to avoid that and just to be happy when I look at a match. Okay, I would like to show you another topic and to make you reflect on another thing. This another thing is just to come back to César, Mr. César. And Mr. César was saying something. And the translation in Wikipedia is French, but I will try to explain you in English words. And what about César? In Latin expression, panem and circumstances, want to say give some kind of food and give give some play, some game to the citizen. Why to do that? Because when you give some food to the citizen and you focus their attention on the play, on some game, on some events, in other part, that they are not focused on the real problematic of a nation, of a state, of a government. Then it could be some kind of indirect tool used to focus and deviate the attentions of the citizen on the real problematics. It's just what I would like to say. Then now I come back to how to control and supervise really the behavior of a match. How to be sure that the result is really the correct and the veracity of the result. Then in this topic, fraud, corruption of a match. Is it possible really? Is it a risk? Or is it completely disinformation and it's never happened? In France, we've got a kind of organized supervision, control, that controls the organization of a match. And it's called in France FDJ, French game. It's an organization that controls French game. And how the FDJ of citizens could control and supervise the good behavior of a match. I think that we could use artificial intelligence, like maybe deep learning, machine learning, but we could use as well blockchain and smart contracts or EOTS, in other words, connected objects, that enable us to be sure that we could trust the result. Okay, why? To restore confidence, to increase the trust and to decrease the untrust or not confidence. How it could be restored? how we could restore the trust, the veracity of the owner, and reduce in the same time the fraud, the corruption inside the trading, fraud, sport, pari, like for the French game, but not only for the French game, I think for the international game. I think that, okay, sport and event are really excited. Nonetheless, in other side, I ask myself, we've got numerous trouble right now in all over the world. It's relating some disease, it's relating some war, it's relating some genocide, because we've got numerous children who died in some country, and it's something that really focused my interest, maybe more than some events. And I'm really afraid because there is numerous corruption and to the high level of our organizational pyramid system. Then how to be sure? Then if we focus on the match, France-Croatie football, okay, I am French, I'm really proud of the result, of course, but in other side, I ask myself, okay, are we really the winner? How to know if a victory is really deserved? Who can know? I am anybody to know and to say you that maybe there is corruption or there is not corruption. I didn't know and I would like to know. Then I reflect on myself on the solution, and in the presentation of the cast, I would like to present you what about the solution that could be set in place. Which tools we could use to avoid the disinformation, the non-information, and to be sure of a victory. Then, how to avoid these doubts on this question, because the disinformation and not knowing could at the end make us lose a lot of energy. And we never know. From other side, we could not know if there is some kind of influencer, maybe direct or indirect, and this influencer could be that to manipulate the sports pari. Okay, where the Paris sports could really be rigged. My opinion, is it rational or not rational? I don't know. Then, okay, we are focused on the tools right now. Which tool we could use to know? I have described, for example, the artificial intelligence, like blockchain, smart contracts, and EOTS. Why I explain EOTS? Because EOTS and connected object could be connected to some kind of blockchain system that enable us during a match to be sure that cameras and every behavior of a gamer or player are really in adequation with conformity. Then to be sure about that, we could use the citizen that could give us their opinion on the blockchain. We've got some people that control on the floor that players and gamers are really answering the rules of football, for example. But we've got a lot of numerous citizens that may be more competent. We've got more sensibility with the foot organization to know if there is conformity or not conformity. Then I think that we should set in place every cameras and objects connected to the blockchain on the open source, and it's enable people to say, oh no, I'm not agree with the habit, with the people who said no, it's conform or it's not conform. Then it could give the opportunity to citizen to give his opinion. Then for this point of view is something that enable us to control the good behavior of player during a match. But there is something more important to set in place and to store in this technology before the happening of a match. Before and during and after a match, the citizen could consult on the blockchain, on this open source. The citizen should and could consult every contract that be signed relating this event. Why store every contract? To increase the traceability, because if we set in place every contract relating one event, we could know who have made what, when, why, and if there is a real collective interest or if there is more in a personal and individual interest. And it could increase the transparency, and it's the reason why I would like to see every contract that signed by some peoples that be stored in this blockchain. It's enable now to know before the organization of a match if there is some individual interest or if there is really collective interest. And I think that then it could be a decline on every system of the processes on the nation of our state. I have taken the example of the match organization of some sport event organization, and to be sure of the trust of this match. But we could set in place the trust for every system, every processes in our state of nation. Then to come back in the example of the match organization, how to be sure about the good behavior of a sportive, human sportive, and how to be sure relating that there is no lobbying and risk of corruption and fraud, multiple fraud. Then I think that in this system we could be able to store every contracts, and every contract should be consultable on this technology. Then, in other words, if there is no contract that was stored in this technology, then all contracts not stored on or by the artificial intelligence should be invalidated if there is lack of transparency, because it supposes a risk multiple of fraud. Then I think that today we should focus on really transparency, and on every part of our organization we could see that there is a big pyramid that now grows and grows, and the high level of the pyramid is really a risk for the level under. And I think that if there is a control from the high level to the level under, I think that the level on the floor should set in place a control back to the high level, and the blockchain and artificial intelligence could enable us to take back the control and to reverse maybe the big brother, and to be sure that we don't lose money, or to avoid that the lobbying, and to restore the owner of the match. Okay, I hope you a nice day, and maybe bye bye to another subject to increase the control, to increase the quality in our life. Bye bye everybody. I hope this subject have interest to you. And sorry for my English, I should improve it. But making the cast, I will try to improve it step by step. Thanks